Code Red, Decoding How We Talk About Menstrual Cycles. I purposefully display my tampons in a big jar in the bathroom so people can't miss them. Many years ago, while researching women's and men's spaces and identities within the home, one of my participants told me this. When I got home, in a fit of inspiration, I took my tampons out of the difficult-to-reach bathroom cupboard. Why do we hide tampons? I thought, while carefully arranging my multi-box like a dexterous and resourceful florist, bringing the outside in. While making my new bathroom centerpiece, I felt a giddy rush of feminism. But then, as I saw the fruits of my labor, I also felt at odds with this newfound audacity. Why do we work so hard to hide our periods? And then it struck me, because women hide everything about our bodies. We have been raised and indoctrinated to embody silence about our bodies and not to talk about them, to keep them private. Everything about our sexuality, reproductive systems, and sexual health goes into a box labeled, "Don't talk about that." The effect of this is that there are still, even in 2025, multiple stories about girls getting their periods for the first time and thinking that they are dying or are seriously injured. This box of not talking has been so well established that it even extends to science research. For centuries, male bodies have been prioritized in medical research. And if it's not about women's fertility or pregnancy, then it's shelved as too complicated, too hormonal, or too unpredictable to study. And on the odd chance that menstruation is studied, the focus is so narrow that people of color, Black, Indigenous, and the LGBTQ+ community are excluded. This lack of inclusion leads to millions of people dealing with hormonal disorders, chronic pain, and cyclical symptoms that are dismissed or misdiagnosed. How did we end up perpetuating this privacy and silence? Well, it's as if at some point someone, not a woman, hired a metaphorical advertising agency to package and brand menstruation into one magic word, discreet. This branding came with guidelines and an entire dictionary of period and menstruation vocabulary to fit in with the branding. The monthly visitor, that time of the month, and a visit from Aunt Flo are just euphemistic enough to make periods sound tolerable and brief. The reality, of course, is that Aunt Flo wouldn't be out of place in a Stephen King novel and is less of a visitor and more of a will she ever leave stalker. And then, to make light of things, there are also Surfing the Crimson Tide, Shark Week, and Girl Flu, which add a touch of humor to something that is about as funny as bleeding from one's vagina for a whole week. But men will laugh at these descriptions, and that's important because men should be protected from women's mysteries. To add insult to injury, it's time to cue the stereotypical advert of laughing tennis-playing women resplendent in white outfits as they espouse the virtues of angel-winged sanitary towels. If this won't make your PMS worse, you're an angel-winged saint. What adverts tell us is that with the right products, usually taxed, and the right can-do attitude, periods are invisible and discreet. Historically, women have been required to be discreet because anything else is too powerful to be imagined. If we take up too much space or are too loud, then we're not ladies and must adjust ourselves accordingly. Patriarchy has made us edit ourselves, and therefore discretion is a survival tactic so that no one is uncomfortable. And by no one, that doesn't mean those of us who have to brave Shark Week 12 to 13 times a year.